Welcome to CIOtv. I'm your host, Mike Stockwell, and today we're joined by John Arsneault with Goulston Storrs law firm. John, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Absolutely. You know, during our pre-show screening, one of the things that you had mentioned really stuck out to me, that your competitive differentiator is knowledge. Can you talk to our viewers a little bit about what you mean by that?
Well, sure. So in the legal marketplace, capability of an attorney and a team of attorneys, their experience, their knowledge base, all of the contacts that they have in a particular vertical, subject matter experts, et cetera, are really what differentiates an organization. And so that makes a huge difference to our clients and the potential work that we do for them.
And what specifically, what areas of law is your firm covering?
So we have 4 practice areas. We're most well known for real estate and real estate development. We also have a litigation and a corporate practice, and then a practice called private client, which is estate planning.
Awesome. So, you know, in looking at your background and seeing that that extensiveness around your IT experiences, can you talk to us a little bit about how you got your start in IT?
Well, for me personally, that goes back quite a bit. I got started in IT while I was a senior in high school. I got a job after school working at an investment firm, helping out the IT department with essentially tech support and hardware support. And that sort of ballooned over the years into what I do today. Back then, IT wasn't really an official kind of thing that you went into. It's something that you tended to stumble into, and that was certainly the case for me. I didn't have any plan or intention to go into technology. It was just a sort of thing that happened, getting this job after school and running into a bunch of people that were enthusiastic about tech and gave me the opportunity to learn some things that I had no idea about at the time.
So kind of the right place, right time, if you will, from getting your start in IT. That's awesome. So, you know, from an education perspective, Harvard grad, what was that like?
So I've been through a couple of the executive education programs at Harvard Business School, and that was pretty intense experience. And you get to meet all the different people from around the globe with different backgrounds and areas of expertise, and certainly something that gives you exposure to the way people from different parts of the world, different academic backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds think about business. So it's a pretty good way to be sort of thrown into the fire in regards to not only academics, but just the way people kind of think about things in general.
Awesome. So, you know, in the law field, do you find yourself reliant upon emerging technologies, or what does the future hold for you from maximizing technology and utilizing emerging technologies?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question these days, because a lot is changing in the legal industry as we speak. Traditionally, legal was a pretty closed ecosystem of a few dozen companies that would build technology products aimed specifically at legal, and these were boutique firms that would devise solutions for a specific thing or maybe two, and people would deploy those and help drive some efficiency with attorneys, et cetera. But in the last 5 to 7 years, we've seen more of a march towards a platform approach across managing a firm in general. And then in the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a massive increase in the amount of venture capital that's poured into the emerging tech space targeted at legal. And so the interesting thing to me is that you have so many entrepreneurs now that have had their ideas funded, and only a small percentage of those entrepreneurs are actually intent on building a solution to license or sell to actual law firms. Most of the folks that are playing in this space, their intention as it stands today at least, is to build a platform solution for something specific to a legal service, but then go take those clients away from firms altogether. So it's a real time of, the word disruption's thrown around quite a bit these days, but it's sort of the beginning phases of what could potentially be a pretty altering set of circumstances in the legal industry over the next 5 to 10 years.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the detailed responses there. And more importantly, thank you so much for joining us today on CIOtv. Well, that's a wrap. Stay tuned for our next episode of CIOtv. Thank you very much.